Welcome back. Okay, now we're reading Doreen Virtue, Healing Words from the Angels. So I opened the book. I'm just going to do one message at a time. I was doing two, but I'm just going to do one. So this message is seeing a mental movie that provides you with true information about a person or situation, or that gives you guidance about your life purpose or making changes, is a sign of being in our presence. So this is the angels speaking to us, right? And the way they speak it's fascinating how they do speak to us, right? I guess everyone's experience is different. You know, we have our intuition, but I've had experiences in my life where it's the angels, because I've called out to them, when I'm challenged with something or there's some issue going, and I ask them to help me and to give me guidance, and then it unfolds and happens, right? So it's a beautiful thing. So they're saying here, when you see a mental movie, like I get that, and I'm sure you all have had some experience, whether you're aware of it or not might be a different situation, but where you get a mental picture in your mind, or a knowing, right, depending upon your intuitive senses. We each get it in different ways, right? We have predominant ways of getting messages, but they're saying when you get a mental movie, with true information about a person or situation, they're talking to us, right? And letting us know and guiding us all the way, all the days of our lives, right? We have an angel with us the second we're born, right? And I believe they're with us, and maybe I read it somewhere, where they're with us as we're, the minute we're conceived, the journey starts, right? And we have 9 months, or could be a little more, a little less, and then we start our life experience, right? So they're with us every step of the journey. So all we have to do is be aware, trust, reach out, ask them, give them, control, pray to them, and ask them for help, and they want to help us. And angels come in and out of our lives depending upon what we're going through in our lives at a particular moment. And a lot of times synchronistically, like someone could sign on to YouTube, right, and be thinking of something or having some challenge, and then they click on a video and there's a person offering a message that answers the question that they were asking. I've had that exact experience. I actually had an experience where I thought something in my head, because I pray to God and the angels, in my mind. I don't verbalize it. It's in my mind. I pray to them. And I prayed about them and asked them a question in my mind. I walked down into the kitchen of my house. My husband was in the kitchen, and he blurted out the answer to my question. He didn't even know. He knew nothing about it, and I didn't even tell him. I didn't tell him that what he just blurted out answered my question. But I was totally in shock, like just totally, and it's just another level of reinforcement for me how connected we are when we're in tune, right? Our attunement, if you will, to them is molded and shaped, as we go, right? It's like we're clay and we're being molded and shaped. And luckily at the time I had done a level of work and have had some really hard, difficult experiences. So that fine-tuned me to that. So I asked the question, went down, he answered the question. I've asked questions driving in my car, in my mind, thinking about things, asking question, pull up, and the license plate in front of me answers the question. So, it happens all over the place, and it happens, the more in tune you are, you'll just see it over and over, and it is very comforting and very beautiful, and to know that we are very much connected, and our awareness is the only thing that's blocking, if you will, our connection, because we're connected whether we know it or not. And the more aware you become, and the more you work on yourself and transcend issues and all the layers of healing, your attunement gets fine-tuned, And then you see it everywhere. And it's so comforting to me. And even knowing, like, you know, getting a little off track here, but a little knowing that, you know, death, you know, we as humans, people fear death, you know. I mean, they say they fear public speaking more than death, but mostly people just fear death, which is very sad because our physical bodies cease to exist, obviously. Our spirit and our soul goes on forever, and love goes on forever and ever. And our loved ones are with us here, right? They're not in physical form, they're at a higher vibration, but they're still with us. We do not cease to exist, just in human 3D physical form. And I just think that's like the most comforting thing. It's like giving us a big hug, right? So anyway, I'm kind of going on and on. I hope that helps someone in some way, shape, or form, knowing that you are connected, right? And, you know, you're getting signs. Look for them and you'll see them. Ask for them and they'll present themselves to you. So I'd love to hear your comments. If you have any experiences with that, please put it in, because I love this stuff, you know, and I hope you love it too. And if you're listening to this, you probably have some level of connection, or else you wouldn't have been drawn to the video. So that's kind of how it works. All right. All right. Wishing you peace, love, and happiness. Namaste. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me. See you on the next one. Bye.